browsers and visibility in CSS3. In this video, we will discuss about dimensions, scrollbar and layers in CSS3. Looking onto dimensions, under dimensions we have height, width, line height, max height, max width and min width. Starting with the height property is used to set height of the box, right guys? And width property to set the width of the box, and line height property is used to set the height of a line of text. For example, you write a text in with h1 element tags, with h1 element tag. To increase the height of the text element, then you need to use line height property, right? Then we have max height, is used to set the maximum height of the container. The min height we have is used to set the minimum height of the container. Max width, maximum width of the container, and min width, minimum width of the container, right guys? We look on to these properties one by one, right? Okay, let this h1 be the same, and we'll give it a class name. Class name hello. We erase this button. Erase style. Class name hello, and height we will give it as height 200 pixel. Border 2 pixels solid red, and width we'll give it as 300 pixel. Okay, now we will see the result in the browser. Right guys, after dimensions we will look on to scroll bar, and we will look on to layers in CSS3. Right guys, it's taking a time. Right guys, look on to, we'll write one more else HTML element now, and we will hello world. Class HW, and for HW we will set the min width as 200 pixel, border 2 pixels solid red. Right guys, let's see the output now. File. Right guys, yeah. This is the, wait guys, hello class HW class. We'll give content as like this, so that it will be better for us to understand things. Refresh. Yeah, for hello class we have given as 200 pixel height and width as 300 pixel width. This is what output we get after setting these dimension properties, right guys? For HW class we set the minimum width as 200 pixel, right guys? Yeah. When minimum width is set, the width of the HW class can be less than 200 pixel. Here minimum width refers to that. It is extending more than 200. It can extend more than 200, but it can't extend to less than 200. Right guys, this is what the minimum width property says. Right, we'll change it to max width. Max width. Yeah, see the output. Yeah, max width 200 pixel. Right guys, it can be below 200 pixel. Width can be below 200 pixel now, but can't be greater than 200 pixel. Min and max are opposite, right? Same like it's a height. Same the height properties. Same as the height property. We give as 200 pixel max. We'll change it to 300. Wait. Yeah, max height 300 pixel. Yeah, well guys, there is something wrong. We'll change it to minimum height and see. Yeah, minimum height 300 pixel, right? Height can be less than 300 pixel. Sorry, yeah, minimum height, right? Yeah, height can be less than 300 pixel, but it can't. Sorry, height can be more than 300 pixel, but it can't be less than 300 pixel. Minimum height is 300 pixel. This is what the minimum height property says. And now looking at minimum min width, min height. Sorry, the max height. Max height 300 pixel. Let me refresh it. Maximum height 300 pixel. It can be less than 300 pixel. Height can be less than the 300 pixel, but it can't be more than 300 pixel. So height is set to the normal now, right? This is how you can use dimension properties. Height, width, line height. Line height will look onto line height for this. Line height will give it as 300 pixel. Yeah, the text is placed in the center, right guys? The line height means the line of the this one, hello class line, height of this hello class line, right guys? Line height, you're getting it right? Hello class is the line and height of this line is given as 300 pixel. This is how you can use line height property. That's it for dimensions. Now we will look on to scroll bars, right guys? For looking onto scroll bar, we will create one more div, I hope. We will create one more div. We will create a div now. Div, and you will get a lot of content. Random content, man. Just to, for example, I'm giving the content so that how scroll bars can be used. So random content. For this I will give class name as scroll, and I'm gonna style the scroll. Right, we'll give display as block, right? And to make the content scrolling, we need to use a overflow property, right? Overflow, we will give it as scroll, right? And we will set the height as height 200 pixel and width 200 pixel, right? Now we'll see the content now. Yeah, the scrolling has appeared here. See, the width scrolling here. This is the width scrolling. Height scrolling, will do it. Height, will give it as 50 pixel. Yeah, height scrolling. This is the width scrolling. This is how scroll bars can be used. Just need to, what you need to mention, overflow scroll. This line you need to mention. Just right. Just you need to mention overflow scroll. When you mention this overflow scroll, scroll bars will be generated. Right, guys? That's all about scroll bars. Now we'll look on to layers. For looking now, we'll look on to layers. For looking onto layers, I hope we need to create around 3 to 4 divs for looking into layers. First of all, let me explain what are layers used in CSS3. Here layers refer to applying the z-index property to elements that overlap each other. You're getting it right, guys? I'll explain it in briefly. For example, you have 3 to 4 divs. When you want these 3 divs overlap each other, then you need to use a z property index. Then you need to use a z-index property, right? This z-index property is used along with the position property to create effect on layers. Right, guys? Getting it right? I'll say it once again. Layers gives you opportunity. Layers refers to applying z-index property to elements that overlap with each other, right? The z-index property is used along with the position property, right, guys, to create effect on layers. Now we'll experiment it. We'll consider 3 divs now. Div, give the content as h1a, class A, class C. Right, now we'll style these classes. Class A, we will give it as position as relative. I already said position needs to be used. Position property needs to be used for using z-index property, right? Position property used z-index property, right? Now we'll give as height. We'll give now height 200 pixel and width 300 pixel, and z-index we need to give. Z-index we will give it as 1, right? Sorry. Now we'll copy paste this. We'll name the A to B, and z-index we'll give it as 2. Paste it again. For this we'll give z-index as 3. Now we'll see the output. bit. We'll give the background color. Error. Background. Sorry. Background color blue and background color yellow. Right guys, refresh. Yeah, to check out these layers overlap each other, we need to use top properties here, top and left properties. Right guys, for A we will give top as 10 pixel, for this we will give top as minus 60 pixel, sorry, for this we will give top as minus 220 pixel, and left we will give it as 120 pixel. For this we will give left as 35 pixel, give left for this as 80 pixel. Right guys, see the output now. Yeah, this is how layers overlap each other. Right guys, this is a div A, div B and div C. These divs are overlapping each other from the Z index. Right guys, I'll revise it whatever I have conveyed now. Right guys, first we looked on to dimensions. Right, the dimensions we have height, width, line height, max height, min height, max width and min width. Then we looked on to scroll bar. Scroll bars can be used for the content, to scroll the content. Right guys, then we looked on to layers. Layers can be used with the Z index. For using Z index you need to use position property. Right, here we give top left so that we can see the layers clearly. Without top and left we can't figure out the layers are overlapping or not. Right guys, so we give top left property. Even while coding for websites, when you want to overlap layers you need to use top and left properties. Right guys, position you need to use, top left, top and left properties you need to use. You can also use bottom and right properties. Z index is compulsory. Right guys, this is how layers can be used. But remember one thing, while using layers you need to use always two property compulsory, position and Z index. Position and Z index are compulsory. Top and other top, left, right, bottom properties can be used according to your convenience. Right guys, that's it for this video. If the video is informative, like the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button. Thank you.